I started doing internships my freshman year itself, and that made me realize that while I was good at technical education, it was not what I pictured myself doing day in and day out. So I really had to do an internship to figure that out. A lot of the training institutions or the university programs are highly theoretical and highly experimental. There's no viable program with proven success on the ground that has taken a concept to commercialization in Sri Lanka. But I could proudly say for the last 5 to 6 years, we were the only waste management company that was actually on ground trying to give a solution to the clinical waste without taking any shortcuts and actually trying to generate value in Sri Lanka. So if you are somebody who really wants to make a change or really try to go to work and make a difference, you have to stop being a cookie cutter, right? And unfortunately in Sri Lanka, people think not being a cookie cutter means putting on more academic qualifications. I would say it's different. We have to be able to get to the ground and go dirty. Before they dream of having that desk job, they have to be ready to get their hands dirty. And unfortunately, I don't see that happening in Sri Lanka. Because the reality of it is, the kids are fashioned to think that way because it's the parents. So I think even the parents need to be able to zoom out and see, okay, how can we put our kids into a space where they create value? I mean, everybody can find 99 ways not to do something. But I think Sri Lanka, because it is not as developed or systemized as the US or the UK or the Germany or whatever developed country you can think of, because we are not properly systemized, that is what gives the opportunity for our students or the creative mind or the inquisitive mind to really push that one way that you can do it and really become successful. You do an MBA in what you're generally good at, and then kind of use the next stage of education not to pad your resume, but to really make you better in what you want to do. The problem is there's a fear that if you do a 180, you're going backwards. But sometimes you have to go backwards in order to kind of analyze what you're doing to go forward again. So I think that the biggest fear in Sri Lanka about that is the reason why people don't do that is because of this whole timeline. Oh, you have to have your degree by this time, you have to have an MBA by this time, you have to have a car by this time, you have to be married by this time, you have to have a house or a child, right? If you are willing to kind of not be fixated by those guidelines that are not written and kind of say, okay, you know what, I'm going to have all of those things. You have to be brave to do that, and nobody's gonna take that chance except you. But I don't think you should be afraid of it. You should embrace it.